Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we have the Civivi Fracture. To start this off, as I've been doing in my last couple videos, which doesn't sound completely organic yet, I'm going to be doing a disclaimer, basically talking about the profanity that I use in my videos. And yeah, it's basically about it. I do use profanity in my videos. Let me see if I can adjust this so you're not so crooked. I do use profanity in my videos. I apologize for those of you that are offended. I'm just giving you the heads up. I'm not going to change. It is how I enjoy giving my reviews. My son will probably eventually say a profane word prior to anything. And I apologize, as usual, because I am tossing some balls for him to go chase like he's a dog right now to keep him entertained. So, moving on without further ado, today we have this Civivi Fracture. Now, what I am not going to do in this review is really try to I'm going to do my best at reviewing a slip joint. I've never reviewed a slip joint. This is my first one, nor do I really use them. I got the Fracture because I know it was Civivi's way of appreciating its customers, and it kind of set this out there as like a limited time appreciation style knife. Now, first impressions of this knife were fantastic. I think it is sleek, it is light, it is super slicey. Did you just burp in the middle of my video? Like father, like son. You just ruined the damn video. I can't even focus now. So this is a VV Fracture. This is the blade steel is 8CR. I think it's 14 MOV. Yeah, what he said. 8CR 14 MOV. It is a slip joint with a looks like a maybe an acid washed or stone tumbled, or if not both, blade. It's got G10 with a deep carry pocket clip, which is ambidextrous, and it carries fairly deep. It's got this little lanyard hole, which I really like off the back side of there. And as far as slip joints go, from my little to no experience of them, this guy, I mean, you can almost manipulate it with one hand. Coming back down is a little bit scarier, but it does have a stopping point halfway through. So you can manipulate it with one hand. It's not super fidgety, but it's kind of fun to divert from your normal fidget factor and kind of go around the plane with this guy. The 8CR13, or 8CR14 rather, steel, I can say I do feel like it dulled fairly quick. But I have been getting used to the regular Civivi 9CR18, the D2, CJRB's D2, which probably dulls just as fast as this knife, FYI. I'll do a video on that eventually. No scientific testing, just from what I've learned from using it. Moving on, this blade has Civivi's typical hollow grind. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like a hollow grind. About halfway through the blade. It's got this nice thumb ramp right here, which you can bear down on it, and it takes a little bit to put. I'm not worried about this thing coming down on my hands. It is a pretty well-designed slip joint. The blade gets pretty thin behind the edge. The carry profile is super thin, and for $28, guys, $28, this knife is feeling really high quality. It kind of mixes the modern Civivi with the old school slip joint. I know that sounds like obvious news, but that's the way it feels. It feels modern and old school at the same time. Like it's like they did all the good things about the modern and all the good things about the old school. You got your typical Civivi logo. T8 torque screw. You got T8 body screws, and it looks like T6 pocket clip screws. If me talking to my son on these videos is one of those things that you guys don't like to hear, leave it in the comments. Don't say anything rude about my son. I will ban you and probably find where you live and slash your tires with this knife. But just let me know. I'm trying to entertain him and do these at the same time, so I apologize. There is a lanyard hole right here, which is nice. It's unobtrusive, and it kind of fits the contouring very well. The pocket clip in hand, with being at such a thin knife, I can feel it just a little bit, less so than most other knives that I do feel a pocket clip. This fucker's throwing me. I can't think. Let's get into the weights. Like I said, I'm not really doing a full-blown review on this, even though it's probably similar to all my other reviews, just because I don't know how to review a slip joint. I'm not well-versed in the knife world enough to review a slip joint and seen enough. The weight on this is coming at 3.001 ounce. Great. 3.001 ounce. 3.001 ounces. It's very light. Like I said, it feels quality in hand. It's solid. It's got some milled stainless steel in the middle. There's steel liners. Stainless steel. Who am I? A fucking Kickstarter guy. You got this whole liner. I don't really know what this is called. This is basically a slip joint way that it operates. It has the 90-degree stop and then another 90-degree stop. Taking it back into play. Not another 90-degree, but taking it all the way shut. The overall length on this guy came in at actually much larger than I anticipated. It is almost 8 inches long with a 3.5-inch blade. And about in between, it looks like 3 1/3 cutting edge. I don't want to play with this, dude. Let me finish the video. I'm going to put this in the sink so you can't reach it. Sucks to be short, nerd. Just kidding, I'll get it out in a little bit. So 3 1/3 blade length. This is a super slicey knife. Just typical Civivi style. This thing is ridiculously slicey. Let's check the behind the edge thickness. Make sure it's zeroed out. I'm sorry, the blade stock thickness is coming in at 100 or 1/10 thick. That is awesome. How did I get the 1/9? 1/10 thick. The behind the edge thickness I anticipate being pretty low. Coming in at just about in between 1/100th and 200th of an inch. Very nice, very nice. Ridiculously slicey. I apologize. This review, this is another shitty review because I'm getting distracted. Do some comparison videos. Actually, I don't apologize. I'm spending time with my son while trying to do what I like. Once he gets older, I will include him in these videos if I'm still having this channel. So, learn it, love it. All you diehard people that are EDC fans, which none of you are, but some of you are just generous enough to watch my videos out of a common courtesy. Kidding. So, looking at these, if you look at the overhead view, it looks a little bit different. The ProTech Newport is very, very close to the size of this knife. Now, everybody finds the Newport to be a relatively smaller knife, but the fracture feels bigger than the Newport feels. It's weird. Obviously, the Rat 1 killing it on the blade length. Let's check it up against my son's feet. See, they're about the size of the fracture. He's standing here scared to move, which is hilarious. All right. Now, up against the feldspar. Feldspar is going to dwarf this knife, not in length. The length is almost that of the feldspar. Maybe missing it by about 1/4 inch. But this knife is much more sleek, much more slender, and will carry much better. There's the mini feldspar. The mini feldspar is about 1/4 inch shorter than the fracture. I'm eyeballing that, so it's not 100% accurate. Let's go into the backlash and the Durus. Here is your Civivi backlash. It is about 1/4 inch shorter than that. And the Durus, it's about 1/2 inch longer than the Durus. There's your Civivi matchup. And just because I have it set up from my other reviews that I was doing just now, the CJRB Rhea, which is CJRB's best knife to date, and the Paramilitary 2. Now, I just said this is CJRB's best knife to date. We will do a quest for King CJRB. hopefully I didn't just give away the winner. As you guys know, if you watch my channel, I do not know what the hell I'm going to do when I'm sitting down. All I sit down is with my grading criteria, and I just start grading the knife. And I start kind of battling the two based on the criteria. A lot of it is subjective. Take it for what you will, but it's kind of just a fun spin on things. We like seeing things compared. Other than that, this is the Civivi Fracture. If you guys haven't yet, it's $28. Go get your hands on this. If you never use it, it's going to be a collector's thing eventually. You might not get any money out of it, but from my understanding, they're doing a limited run. And for a slip joint, if you ever happen to travel to frickin' Europe, you can carry this guy with you. And I'm telling you, it is really slicey. For being a locking knife type of guy, I'm putting a lot of pressure on this. All right, let me show you. I'm putting enough pressure to make it move. And then you see the indentation on my thumb. That gives you an idea of how much pressure you actually have to apply to get this blade to move. This is the Civivi Fracture, guys. I don't really have too much else to say. I think that's it. I'm going to call it. It's a great knife. I think is an even better collector's item, and awesome that Civivi did it, and they did a damn good job at doing it. Blade came perfectly centered. The action on it is slip joint action. Ambidextrous, T8 all around except for the pocket clip. And a little bit of milled outliners, and relatively light for having this full, slip joint style locking mechanism. If it didn't have this, I should take it apart and weigh it. I mean, this thing would weigh probably 2 ounces. I mean, but it feels so solid because of that. Like, you have it in your hands, and this thing feels solid. You feel like you have a solid knife. Now, it's kind of dainty. I mean, the blade stock's, what did I say, 100 thousandths? Take that for what you will, but this is a great fifth pocket knife. A little bit long for a fifth pocket knife, but for somebody that doesn't know how to operate a knife and you hand them this, they're going to know how to use it. That being said, like I said, it's a limited edition. Don't know if you want to carry it around. I would recommend just picking up one and just hanging on to it and enjoying what it is. Because for $28, this is probably the best $28 knife you're going to get. Anything sub 28, I don't know of too many things out there that are really worth a damn under $28. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, guys, Civivi Fracture. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp. Don't fucking cut your hand. And, be respectful. Wear your fucking mask. Let's get through this damn COVID thing together. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC.